Imagine you are scrolling through listings for your next compact SUV, and suddenly your eyes stop on something familiar yet refreshed. The 2026 Mitsubishi Eclipse Cross. Today we are diving deep into what this new model brings to the table. We are talking interior, exterior, performance, pricing, and everything you need to know before you think about putting one in your driveway. So sit back, get comfortable, and let's take a full tour of the latest chapter in Mitsubishi's crossover story. When you first walk up to the 2026 Eclipse Cross, the design gives you a feeling that Mitsubishi has finally hit a sweet spot between sporty and refined. The front end carries Mitsubishi's modern identity with a sleek reshaped grille and slimmer lighting elements that appear more sculpted than ever. Instead of leaning too hard into aggressive styling, it finds a calm confidence that suits this size of crossover. The LED daytime running lights line up cleaner, the bumper integrates air inlets more tastefully, and the entire face seems sharpened without trying too hard. Even the paint options pop a bit more thanks to Mitsubishi's richer high-depth finishes. Around the side, the profile remains unmistakably Eclipse Cross with that familiar rising beltline, but the 2026 model smooths the overall silhouette. The wheel designs step up in detail, depending on trim, and give the crossover a much-needed sense of modernity. By the time you reach the rear, you notice the changes that bring the design closer to the brand's newer philosophy. Mitsubishi finally abandons the controversial split rear window from older models and continues forward with the unified glass panel that looks cleaner and improves visibility. The taillights are slimmer, more refined, and better integrated into the shape of the hatch. Everything at the back feels cohesive, more upscale, and more mature. Now when you open the door and step inside, this is where the 2026 Eclipse Cross surprises you. Past versions always had a functional interior, but this one pushes toward a more premium feel without going overboard. The dashboard now carries smoother horizontal lines, making the cabin appear wider and airier. Materials feel more consistent, and higher trims swap out rougher plastics for better soft touch surfaces and subtle metallic accents that don't scream for attention. One of the first things you notice is the updated infotainment system. The touchscreen is larger, faster, and finally positioned closer to the driver's line of sight, eliminating the awkward placement of earlier generations. The graphics are crisp and navigation is snappier. Wireless phone integration works quickly, and the sound system, especially on the higher trims, has noticeably stronger clarity. Seats are still one of the Eclipse Cross strengths. Comfort lands somewhere between firm and plush, offering good support for longer trips. The new upholstery options look fresher and more upscale, especially the leather in the top-tier trims that now feels more premium to the touch. Rear seat space remains one of the more appealing parts of this crossover. There is genuinely usable room for adult passengers, and the more upright roofline means decent headroom. Cargo space is practical enough for weekend bags, groceries, or a stroller, though it is still not the class leader. Mitsubishi has upgraded cabin insulation for 2026, resulting in noticeably quieter highway driving. The hum from the previous models is reduced, and conversations feel clearer. Small touches like better door seals and added sound dampening really pay off. Under the hood, the 2026 Eclipse Cross continues with the 1.5-liter turbocharged engine, but with tweaks that make it smoother and slightly more responsive. It is not the fastest engine in the segment, but it delivers enough punch for daily driving, merging onto highways, and light weekend road trips. Mitsubishi appears to have focused more on refinement than raw power. The torque delivery feels more linear, making city driving easier and more predictable. The improved tuning of the continuously variable transmission helps reduce the rubber band feel that CVTs sometimes suffer from. Shifts mimic traditional gearing more convincingly, especially under moderate acceleration. The result is a driving experience that feels calmer and more connected. If you go for the all-wheel drive version, known for Mitsubishi's solid system, you get good traction in rough weather and on uneven surfaces. The suspension tuning leans toward comfort, smoothing out bumps and potholes better than before. The steering is light but reasonably accurate, making the Eclipse Cross easy to maneuver in tight parking lots or narrow streets. It is not a performance SUV, but it strikes a nice balance between ease of use and stability. Fuel economy sees slight improvements thanks to adjustments in engine management and aerodynamics. Drivers who spend most of their time in the city will appreciate the efficiencies gained at lower speeds, while highway commuters get a smoother ride with modest fuel savings over older models. Mitsubishi's reliability track record also stands as a strong appeal. For families or drivers wanting a dependable crossover without unnecessary complication, this becomes a key selling point. Safety tech continues to play a big role in the 2026 model. Standard driver assistance features include automatic emergency braking, lane departure alerts, adaptive cruise on higher trims, blind spot monitoring, and rear cross-traffic alerts. The systems feel more refined now, especially adaptive cruise, which responds with smoother adjustments instead of the abrupt changes earlier versions sometimes made. The cabin also benefits from improved collision protection thanks to updates in the vehicle structure and smarter placement of airbags. Now let's talk trims and pricing. Mitsubishi keeps a straightforward lineup that starts with a base model offering strong value. You get the updated infotainment system, improved safety tech, and the new exterior look without stretching your budget. Mid-level trims add conveniences like better upholstery, upgraded audio, larger wheels, and a few comfort touches that many buyers will find worth the jump. The top-tier trim brings the most premium experience with leather seating, a more advanced driver assistance suite, superior interior materials, and cosmetic enhancements that make the Eclipse Cross look its best. Pricing for the 2026 model remains competitive in the compact crossover segment. Mitsubishi positions it as an affordable but slightly more refined choice, giving buyers who want style and comfort without premium brand pricing a solid alternative. Considering the upgrades to tech, design, and ride quality, the price feels justifiable and still less intimidating than many rivals. So who is this vehicle for? If you want a compact crossover that stands out visually without being overly aggressive, the Eclipse Cross checks that box. If you need comfortable seats, a quiet ride, and a vehicle that is easy to drive around town, this one fits nicely. If you want the most cargo room or the fastest acceleration in the class, there are other options that do those things better. But if you are looking for a smart blend of style, value, reliability, and comfort, the 2026 Eclipse Cross becomes a strong contender. In the end, Mitsubishi's improvements for 2026 feel purposeful rather than flashy. Exterior refinements make it look more polished. Interior upgrades make it feel more modern. Performance tweaks make it smoother and more enjoyable. And the pricing strategy keeps it within reach for buyers who want something practical with a bit of personality. Whether you are considering your first crossover or looking to upgrade from an older model, the new Eclipse Cross is worth taking for a test drive. It might surprise you in all the right ways.